What's going on, Junkie Nation? Gorgeous George and Goes catching up with Joshua Van, who has been tabbed to fight for the flyweight title in the UFC December 6th, UFC 323. Joshua, congrats. You got the assignment. And I want to ask you, my brother was asking you about that case you got behind you, right?
Hmm.
Tell everyone what that is again. I got something for you. Let's see. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's right there is the Fury Pro belt, and then that's the amateur belt, and then that close is just Brendan Royval fight jersey. That's where I'm gonna put my belt right there when I get my
That's
UFC belt.
exactly what I was going to ask you. I was like, what's going to have to go when you
See
win the
that
belt?
jersey? I want to frame it up there. You know what I mean? That's because that's like one of, you know what I mean. One is that fight was crazy, so I want to frame it. So,
Hmm.
and then
Is it your jersey or Royval's jersey?
my.
Oh, okay, so you didn't do the exchange like soccer players have.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was okay. So it was from the Royval fight. I thought you guys exchanged and
No.
you know got it. Have you ever thought of doing something like that? I see NBA players doing it, and sometimes NFL players doing it. They pick that up from soccer. That kind of seems cool, no?
Man, I like to keep mine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Well, never mind. So yeah, that's what I was wondering was where the belt's gonna go. How much have you thought about the belt? Do you obsess over it, or do you not let it or does it stress you out to think about it? Like where do you sit?
Uh, it it don't stress me out. It just you know when I was in the UFC, when I got to the UFC, the UFC belt is everything I wanted. You know what I mean? Now that I have the chance to fight for it, you know what I mean? I'm just very grateful to be in this position, man, and I can't wait for December 6th.
Hmm. How's this camp gonna be different from other camps, or is it the same?
Yeah, it's just the same, just working. You know what I mean? Of course, we gotta focus a little more on the ground, but other than that, man, everything else is the same.
So your camp has the players to mimic Pantoja and put you in those situations that you're gonna have to deal with, or have you imported fighters that can mimic the champ?
Nah, it's just the same teammate that been helping me. You know what I mean? So they've been watching Pantoja, and so you know what I mean. Come camp. You know what I mean? They just mimicking his styles and things like that. So it's been working out, man. The camp has been going good right now. So can't wait.
Have you ran into Pantoja anywhere, or even just exchanged pleasantries on Instagram, whether it's trash talk or just respectful best wishes?
Um, I met him. I met him twice. I met him in Dallas one time. I only right before my first fight in the UFC. Right after my first fight in the UFC, I was cornering my boy Alden Career. He just made his debut in the UFC a couple weeks ago. But I was cornering him, and it was in a promotion called LFA, and
Mm-hmm.
he was walking around with his belt. And I was like, that's the guys I'm gonna fight one day. And
Oh yeah,
yeah.
you were thinking that back then, huh?
Now I was telling my friends and everything. Yeah, yeah. Like manifest this thing, man. So after that, the Royval fight, we run into each other in a hotel room. I mean, in a hotel lobbies and things like that. So yeah, he's a cool dude, man. Nothing but respect to him. He's a respectful guy.
Was part of you sizing him up? You know how you can put your hand on the shoulder, or you can shake someone's hand or look in your eye. Was there any of that, or was it really just, hey, how you doing?
Yeah, it was just like, hey, what's up, man? He was showing me respect. You know what I mean? And I do the same thing.
In your opinion, Joshua, what at the end of the day, when we look over your resume and everything that's gone on, everything that's happened, you've been very flexible as far as taking fights, and the way you fight is very entertaining. But what do you feel like was the one thing that got you this matchup?
I think is my willingness to fight anybody, and you know what I mean, whoever they put in front of me. So I feel like that's what put me in the position I am.
Do you remember the exact moment in your career, whether it was after this last fight or even way before, when you felt like I got what it takes to be a world champion and to beat this guy?
What Pantoja?
Uh huh.
Uh, I was always confident ever since my first fight in the UFC, right? But he wasn't a champ. No, he was a champ already at that time. But I was looking at all these UFC champ, like, okay, one day I'm gonna have to fight them, type of thing. You know what I mean? So I was like, I know I wasn't that good starting, but I always like I always believe in myself that I'll be a world champion. I could beat anybody, type thing.
You know, when we look over all the champions and we talk about their runs and what they're good at, what they're not, it's
Hmm.
really hard to pick on anything on Pantoja. He's done a lot of great things. When it comes to you and that night, do you feel like you just have to be better than him, or do you see some weaknesses that maybe other people aren't seeing in him?
You don't have a lot of weaknesses, right? Uh, I'm the type of guys that go into the fight like not looking for their weaknesses, but just fill them out. You know what I mean? Because you can watch a fighter fight like I can watch Pantoja all day and I'll be like, oh, he do this, he do that, but come fight day, it will be completely different. You know what I mean? So I'm the type of guys that like to go in there and then adjust to what they bring to the table that night and then go from there.
Are you prepared mentally, looking at those two belts behind you? You've won belts before, you've done good things in your career, but the emotions that would come winning this title, which is probably the biggest title in mixed martial arts in your division, have
Mhm.
you prepared yourself for that moment? What you think you're going to feel, the first person you want to talk to, all that stuff?
Man, I visualize it, man. It's gonna be a great night that night, man. I can't wait. But right now, I can't think of nothing else except for that December 6th that we're gonna get in that cage and we will find out who's the better man that night.
I have a couple words in my head to describe what I believe is going to happen. I
Mm.
look at the top shelf, and that fight was bananas. Do you feel like this fight could be similar, or do you think it'll be a lot different? And then I'll share with you what the two words I had in my head are.
It's either I knock him out inside the 3 rounds or it's gonna be a 5 round war. So yeah,
I got a controlled chaos in my head. I think there'll
control.
be times where it gets nasty, but still very methodical.
You think it's gonna be a technical fight type shit, huh?
A little bit. I think a little bit of the nastiness from both of you guys is going to come out at some point, but I think you guys are very smart in what you do. So I think it's going to be a little bit of both.
See, a lot of people talking about I ain't got no chance. You know what I mean? But
What? Who says that?
Who said that?
everybody, man. But I don't give no mind to that shit because the Royval fight. You know what I mean? They was saying the same thing. They was like I wasn't ready, especially on a short notice, things like that. You know what I mean? So and then we know the outcome. So I know what I'm capable of, and I think the champ know what I'm capable of. So come fight day, it's gonna be completely different.
Is this online hate, or have you heard like other professional fellow fighters give that opinion that you have no chance?
Man, it's just I mean, he have his run. So, everybody think Pantoja is, one of the greatest to ever fight in our division. You know what I mean? So it's like it's understandable, but you know what I mean. Everybody have their time, man. You know what I mean. So yeah, I feel like it's my time.
Joshua, we've done a few interviews with you now. I think you know that we come from a good place. We've joked about the vans and all that stuff. But let me challenge you a little bit. that fight with Shemaev and DDP, DDP assured us, he knows what the other guy's strengths is. I can stop it. I'm gonna do my thing, and it was nothing like that. Hamzat went right through him. How can you assure media, fans, that Pantoja won't have you down within 30 seconds and lock that body triangle and go to work? Like, what kind of work are you doing to make sure that gets stifled, that don't happen? That if he
Yeah.
does get you down, you get up, or if he does get you down, it's because you stopped the first three. You know what I mean? Kind of like I would imagine that when you watch fights, you also learn from watching other fights to make sure every T's crossed and every I's dotted.
Yes. First of all, I'm not DDP and he's not Hamza, so that's different. And and I'm not gonna fight like no other fighters but Joshua Van. So that's the difference between me and other fighters.
Hmm. All right. Well, I've always loved your confidence. You're definitely a hard hitter. You can turn anyone off with one shot, which means you're always, live, regardless of maybe you lost the first round or whatever. So the minute you stand up, you got them hammers. Another thing I like is you got this coy smile, like, you know, almost like you've played the fight through and there's different ways for you to win, and you got the secret sauce down. Where are you getting that confidence? Have you always had it? Is the team instilled it in you, or your faith?
Man, I'm always confident when it comes to fighting, man. If you would have seen me like when I first started training, man, I was like, even when I didn't know shit, man, I was always cocky when it comes to fighting. You know what I mean? Thinking I can beat anybody in the world, type of shit. And I barely know how to throw 1-2. You know what I mean? So I'm always confident when it comes to fighting. That's I don't know where I got it from.
Hmm.
Yeah, I was always confident.
I can't remember if you told us this before or not, but did you play other sports growing up, and were you confident and cocky and on the fields or on the courts or wherever you were?
Yes, I used to play soccer a lot. You know what I mean. So, like it, anything I do, man, I never thought I could lose. You know what I mean? Whether it's playing soccer or fightings or things like that. You know what I mean? But then sometimes you lose, and then you know what I mean. That kind of humble you in a way in the process. But I was always confident in everything I do, man.
I think a lot of that is you're just competitive, right? No matter what it is.
Yeah, man. Like I remember when I was like a kid, when I was 12 years old, like I used to love soccer. You know what I mean? So like everywhere I go, I will have like a soccer ball with me and things like that. And like I'll go to the soccer fields and you know what I mean, watch like YouTube videos of them doing like techniques and skills and things like that. And I would try it, and I would tell myself like I won't go home until I get this thing right. You know what I mean? And it would be like late at night, and if I can't get it, I won't leave. Things like that. So I'm always like, you know what I mean, trying to get one thing, and yeah, things like that. So if I'm thinking of something, I have to get it, type of shit. Yeah,
Who was your favorite soccer player growing up?
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Nice.
Nice. Are you a Real Madrid fan or a Manchester United fan?
See, I was a Real Madrid fans for the longest, but I'll go wherever Ronaldo goes. So
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah, no, that's a good one. That's a good one. I mean, of course you know, but fans may not know this. You're only 24.
yeah,
Um, there's still such a ceiling that's high for you. You're already gonna fight for the title and all, but I would imagine that there's still so much better you can get. That's scary.
yeah, man. We just gonna get better from here and on. You know what I mean? So I can't wait to see what the future holds for me. And shout out to my teammate, Foreigners Fight Club, and Aslan Boxing Gym and Temple Construction, man. I stay with them. You know what I mean? Ever since I started this fighting things like that. So you know what I mean? They've been nothing but, you know what I mean, helpful to me, not just in fighting career, but in life in general too. So you know what I mean. Uh, Shout out to them, man.
By the way, you any good at ping pong?
No, I suck at ping pong.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was hoping you were good because I was going to tell you anytime we play, I'm going to take you down.
Oh, you play ping pong? See, I
I
gotta.
want to see what if your confidence extended into table tennis like they call it. I've already beaten. Ghost can attest to this. I've probably beaten about 10 MMA fighters.
Oh shit.
Mm.
Okay, now we're gonna have to run it. I'm gonna work on my shit.
Do they got one of the, do they have a ping pong table over at the place they got here? You know,
Yeah.
no. Jason House. You know how
Ah,
he's got his own like building with a gym and all that. You ever go to that one, Joshua?
Nah. Uh,
No. Oh, okay.
yeah.
What they got against you?
Hmm?
What do they got against you? You haven't gotten the invite?
Nah, he
Iridium.
invited.
Iridium's got you never been to the Iridium offices?
Nah, I just he invited me a couple times. I just don't like going to like travels and train over there where I got my own gyms here. You know what I mean? I got three places where I got to be every day, so I don't have time to go travel and train at different gyms.
mhm.
Got it. Well, no, I just thought maybe in passing, like when you come to Vegas to sign a contract, or maybe when they go through your medicals, you know how they always like to see how your body chemistry is all about, so they can give you the right food and nutrition and all that. But I think that'd be a good idea is if they had a ping pong table over there.
Yeah,
By the way, I'm not that good. It's just MMA fighters aren't
just
much
got
better.
lucky, huh?
I was
I either
trying to
challenge
figure
them
out a
with
nice way to
basketball.
say that.
What's
Uh,
that?
I was trying to figure out a nice way of saying that. He's
Yeah, I'm
not
not that
that
good.
good. He's
just
just for some reason better than the guys that were like Dan Henderson, right? Ricardo Lamas. They've fallen. I think Kevin Lee
Chemo,
one time.
Eric Nixick.
maybe
Yeah,
it's, they don't know how to play.
maybe I got a good serve.
Okay, okay,
I got a
and
good
then they
serve.
can't hit it back, huh?
No, yeah.
I see.
Well, I mean, they can,
Definitely
but
don't know how to play.
but I like I say, I'm okay, but I'm not one of those like that whips it back or nothing like that. But
Okay,
I
okay.
just what I was doing was I was gauging your confidence just to see, because
Mhm.
it does seem like once there's that challenge, hey man, you'll obsess with
Man, I'm
being
very good at
pretty
checker.
decent or good at something like that
Checker.
soccer story you told.
Yeah, yeah, we can play checker. I'm very good at checker.
How about chess? You play chess?
I don't play chess. I wish I know how to play chess, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. All right, man. We've taken up enough of your time, but it's always fun talking to you, and it's been great seeing you rise from making the splash early on, took a loss here and there, picked yourself up, dusted yourself off, taking the streak. You fought 3 times in 2025 already, twice in 3 weeks. Incredible run, and now you're rewarded with a title shot. You deserve it. We wish you a happy and safe camp, a great weight cut, an easy one, and then an awesome fight on December 6th to close out the ESPN era on UFC. You'll be the second to the last fight in the ESPN era.
Let's go. Let's go. Time to make history.
All right,
There you
brother.
go.
Thanks for the time. Take care.
All right, man.